Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? I'm original oatmeal Joy Arnold. So I can say that, but it's still a question that I ask myself. Sometimes you can ask yourself, who are you? Like what do you want? What makes you happy? What is your purpose? I I I I know who I am sometimes, but then I get really busy. I get so busy and I get distracted because of all these things that I do that maybe I shouldn't do. It's like because it's like, especially like when I turn on TV and I watch a movie, there's a lot of people, a lot of characters doing normal stuff, and then you have people in the real world doing the normal stuff, doing the same stuff, doing that stuff. They're doing that stuff, and especially like men, like men don't know how to be men anymore, and they start to think that maybe they don't need to be, that we can be girly. But I tell you, like we men, we guys, like we should be tough and strong and do these things that we should do because that's who we are. It's like, who are we? Who are you? Who am I? Well, we're men. We're like hunters, or warriors, or fighters. We're demons sometimes. Demons, like monsters. Like I don't want to sound terrible and like a demon, but sometimes I need to be, because like if you think about it, like sometimes, like a lot of times, like they tell us to care about a sports team, like, oh, how's your Blazers, how's the Lakers, because I love basketball, and we get so addicted and so dependent on that, and we talk about it all the time, like especially guys, and we go to a bar, and we can only go so far at a bar, especially when men are from Mars or something like that. But it's like, and women are from Venus, but it's like, it's very distracting. It's like, that we could do better, because it's like we totally lose our identity because we spent all our time just thinking about some fantasy. It's like fantasy. It's not real. It's not that we can't like play games and play video games and do all these things. Like that's fine, I guess. And you got the freedom. You could do whatever you want with your freedom, but you can't really have freedom if you don't make those choices, if you don't choose to do those things. If you're born into this world from the cradle to the grave, doing whatever they tell you to do, to love what they want you to love, who they want you to love, to say what they want you to say, you become a robot, and you never get to experience life the way that it was meant to be. It's like the things that I really love as a kid was the ability to wake up and to decide, what do I want to do? What do I want to eat? Where do I want to go? What do I want to say? Like, there was all these questions, and I would ask people and ask my mother and ask myself, and I would explore things, and that's what I like about life, is the exploration. I love education and entertainment and comedy and adventure and not knowing what to do, and sometimes you need to be bored, but it's like we don't really want to be bored, and we always want to be entertained, and we don't really take the time to be bored. But that's where our creativity comes from, and our ability to problem solve, our ability to have more, life skills, soft skills, all these different kinds of skills, and we should take the time to go camping. I tell you, I spent 5 years as a camp counselor. Some of the best times in my life has been outdoors, camping, not in a big city, but maybe in the countryside, somebody's hometown, in a smaller city, not just like in a big city. And I love big cities and I love people and those things too, but I start to forget who I am, and that becomes very, very problematic, and I really don't want to forget who I am. And so, I remember really loving my basketball team in Oregon. I was born in 1985 in Forest Grove, Oregon. Oregon is a state near California, above California, in the United States of America. And when I was about 12 years old, I started to watch the basketball team, the Portland Trail Blazers, more because I love basketball, and I would just wake up and read the newspaper and read about basketball and think about it, and I would watch the games, and I would spend a lot of time doing those things. And like I said before, you got the freedom to do that if you want, but it's better if you come to that conclusion naturally, instead of being like brainwashed like a robot and just thinking, I have to do this because they tell me if I want to be a real man or a girl or a woman or whatever you are, then I have to do A and B and C, whatever they say, kind of thing. And it becomes very, very disappointing. And I tell you, you want to find, purpose, and you want to find out what your real dreams are, and what your passions are, like what your, not just a job or work, not just that. You don't want to just do that or find that. You want to find something more than that, more than that. Like, what do they call that? What do they call that? What's that word? You gotta find it. You gotta go through the steps, through the process of figuring out who you are. Get back to that. Go back to Eden. Go back to doing all that, to find the love for all that.